Hey, Action Jacqueline here. Thanks for tuning into another episode of my show. Okay, so I hope everybody's doing really well. It's the holiday season, and for some people it's a fantastic time, and for others it's a kind of a somber time. But one thing I always remember about my life on this day in history is that it was on this day in history, December 2nd, in the year of 1986, that I bought my first wig. It was a Tuesday. I remember Tuesday, December 2nd, 1986, because we had to wait a couple weeks to get this appointment to meet with this wig specialist, because back then, like, you couldn't just go to the store and buy a wig. Or even if you could, I guess we didn't know the first thing about doing that. So we saw some like Russian specialists. It was a husband and wife team, and I guess the husband was a wig maker, and we sat down with this pair, with this duo, who set me up with probably the ugliest and most expensive wig that I've ever worn in my whole entire life. That's a lie, you know. You guys know how much I've been spending on wigs lately. But it was expensive, especially for back in the 80s, in 1986, for two immigrant parents to buy a big $700 wig for their 12-year-old daughter, right? Such a horrible time. So anyway, it was like the worst wig ever. So at the time, I guess I had a little hair left on my head, like some patches of hair that my mom had braided, and just so that, you know, I could fit it underneath something. Like, I think I was wearing it under a hat or something. And the hair was literally dead. It was dead hair that I was just holding on to. It was just sitting on my head, like a dead rat on my head. And because it was dead, the texture was completely off. It was extremely coarse, extremely gray, extremely coily. It was just not even, it was no longer alive. So just imagine what that kind of hair looks like, right? So this Russian man and his wife decided they're going to copy that exact same type of hair to make my $700 wig. So it took them literally, I think it only took them maybe 3 weeks to make the wig and to fit it to my head. So at that point, I was so bald-headed that I wasn't going to turn it away. I just accepted the wig as awful as it was, and I wore it for like a whole 2 years. That was my wig. Oh my God, what a horrible time. I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, New York, with a bunch of low to middle income kids, and socioeconomics has a lot to do with people's behavior, and they were some mean little motherfuckers, let me tell you. Pardon my French, but I mean, like, they would pull my wig off, throw it across the room, things like that. I'm sorry if you guys are dealing with this right now, and I know I'm smiling, to when I tell the story, and I'm doing that as a form of kind of like suppression. I do that. That's my coping technique. So if I seem like I'm insensitive, I'm not insensitive. I'm just trying not to cry, okay? And I'm trying not to go there. It's a very dark place, and I don't want to go there, and I don't want anybody else to go there. God forbid you're having your wig yanked off in school. God forbid you're going through what I went through. I don't want to, and I don't want to start crying, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, look, I'm choking up. I can't beat it. My hair's never going to grow back. I don't know why the world can find so many cures for so many things, but they just can't put some hair on somebody's head, but they can't. So instead, you know what I do? I just exercise, stay fit, dress nice. Check out these boots. Kind of check them out. Can you see? So what I do now is, like, you know, I just really get into myself in other areas. So I just buy wigs, dress real nice, exercise, suppress the bad feelings. I still do feel, you know, slighted. I do feel like, you know, I was cheated out of the good life, but somehow I'm still living the good life. So I don't know why I feel that way, you know. To tell you real quick about how crazy emotions can be. Last night I was sleeping in my bed next to my husband, and I just felt all of a sudden like extremely bald. So I had to get up in the middle of the night and put a wig on to sleep in, because I didn't want my husband to wake up and see my bald head and think he was sleeping next to a man. I don't know, I've been married for 18 years. That's the stupidest thing ever. That's how the mind works. And that's why it's important to suppress feelings. Like, but I recognize it's a dumb thing. It's a silly thing. I'm still cute as fuck. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.